It's Freestyle Friday!
Coming in hot with quick shots of inspiration on a variety of topics.
Warning, this may get a little intense, maybe a gut punch. Today's topic is called Shut Up and Show Me. Shut up and show me. People are a lot of talk and not a lot of walk. And sometimes you hear the saying, actions speak louder than words. Like sometimes just stop talking and start showing. Show what you believe in, show what you stand for, show what you are working towards, show what is important to you. A lot of times people are talking about one thing that's important to them or that they want or that they care about or that this or that, but their actions are literally completely opposite. And so today we just kind of want to call it out. Shut up and show me.
I love it. You know, I write down some topic ideas on my phone and my iPhone notes. And Sandy and I were looking at them and she goes, oh, what is warning, semicolon, shut up and show me? I was like, it's kind of like, you know, walk the walk. Like, I don't want to hear it. Don't talk the talk. Like, walk the walk. And she's like, oh, hit record. I'm ready to go. She's like, I need to record this one. But this is huge because we are all guilty, right, of talking about our plans or things that we're going to do and saying it. And there's power in declaration. But the real power is in execution, is saying you're going to do something and then doing it. And Sandy and I are in the people business. We have a network marketing business. Like, we are leaders there. We lead a lot of people. So we work with a lot of people. We get to know people and what people desire and what people are willing to do and the lengths that people are willing to go. And what you see in this business is a lot of people talk. They say they want it. And this episode is meant to call you out, us out. Like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? What are you saying you want?
All the time.
But if someone didn't know what you said, they literally couldn't hear you talk. They couldn't hear what you wanted. Like, they just would evaluate
Observe
your day. Observe your day, day after day. Would they know exactly what the talk that you have, like your declarations? Or if they were observing you, if they were watching you walk the walk, what would they think about your life? Where would they see you going? If literally someone just came to observe you, they evaluated your 24 hours, what would they think about you? Would they be like, yup, they're going for this, they're going for that, they're on the move, they're moving and shaking, they're focused, they have clarity, they have these short sprints during the day, and they take breaks, of course, but then they're back at it, they're sprinting, they're focused on this task at hand. Or they'd be like, they're floating. They're literally just in survival mode, just living, just getting through the day. I have no clue what they're working towards. They do their job or they do this or that, but I have no idea what they're working towards. So we hear so many people, and it's not, of course we're guilty of it too, but saying they're going to do something, declaring it, I'm going this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. But it's at this point where we realize, I don't know if it's just human nature and the law of averages, a certain percent are actually going to do it. They're actually going to walk the walk. What's even more incredible is when you see someone who just executes in the dark and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know they were going to do this because they didn't talk all about it. They just did it. They just got to work. They put their head down.
Yeah, they got busy doing shit. Honestly, it's one of my biggest pet peeves is people just talking, taking up all this space, talking. This is what I, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, so give me an example of one thing that you did today to work towards that. Well, it was my friend's bachelorette party, so.
I literally almost slammed my thumb in the door and it just it freaked me out. I didn't actually slam it, but I couldn't chase my dreams after that.
Yeah, it's too much.
My cat puked again. Again,
it's
second
just,
time.
I hear it all the
weeks.
time, and it's like crying wolf. You know, it's like,
oh yeah,
just seriously. And trust me, I've been in excuses mode before, and excuses mode is when you are justifying, trying to validate why things aren't working out for you. When the truth is, it's not that things aren't working out for you. You aren't working. You aren't doing what you said you were going to do. You know, and this isn't just in a work scenario or business or entrepreneurship. This isn't anything. If you want to have a better marriage or you want to have a better relationship, start being a better partner. Stop being Joe is always home late and he always leaves his clothes on the floor and he barely helps with the kids before he leaves and blah, 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 blah. Like, instead of pointing fingers at Joe, like, what can you do to be a better support person, partner, wife, whatever, to Joe so that he wants to show up in that way? A lot of times when you're seeking something, when you want something, when you crave something, you have to give more of it to get it back. So it's like, just be mindful of how you're showing up. Be mindful of how you're living your life, because how you're living is, without words, showing greater power what you want.
I think too, in the talking, it's so easy to talk. Everyone can talk. Everyone. But few walk. So as far as like making a declaration, talking, saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to hit this level, I'm going to earn this trip, I'm going to start this business, I'm going to do this or that, I'm going to run a marathon, whatever the heck it is, like, most people make excuses when they don't walk that walk, when they don't fulfill their word. They make it, life happened. And we said it before, like, cut the excuses. Excuses are giving the power away from yourself, is putting the power on outside circumstances, your life. Oh my gosh, you're going through life. No one else is. Everyone's going through life in their own way. Cut the excuses. You're giving your power away. And I want you and I want me to be downright embarrassed if I declare something, if I say something out loud and I don't fulfill it and I don't do that. Like, get embarrassed about it. If I say I'm going to launch a business and I just don't do it, or I'm going to do something, or I'm going to earn a trip or whatever, and I just don't do it, I'm going to be embarrassed about it, because that's going to be humbling, and I'm going to collect myself from the dust of that embarrassment and hopefully use that. The goal
usually it will inspire you to end up going even further than you originally said. So it's not, we want you to be embarrassed and feel shameful and like sad in the corner. It's like, no, use that as fuel. Yeah, use that as fuel to be like, okay, this does not feel good. I don't live here. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. Like, I'm moving in silence. I'm going.
That embarrassment, like, that's a powerful feeling. If you feel embarrassed because you're like, damn, I said I was going to do this and I didn't do it, like, you feel the feels there, and emotions are what drives us. Like, that drives us forward in our life. So you use that, like, I do not want to feel like this again. So I'm going to get up, collect myself, and go. Like, I'm going. I'm going to fulfill this. It might not have been in the original timeline, but I'm going to do this. There's also power in saying I'm going to do this. You don't always have to connect a timeline to everything, but knowing that I'm going to work towards this, like, every day. I'm going to keep going until I am there. And
if you just stay connected to feeling, this is something that is so true, and we need to be reminded. Stay connected to how you want to feel. Like, why do you want to lose X amount of weight? Why do you want your wife or husband or spouse or partner to show up more? Why? 'Cause what does it feel like? What does it feel like to have the rockin' bod? What does it feel like to have the bangin' business? What does it feel like to have the healthy relationship? It probably feels pretty damn good, right? That's why it's a goal of yours. That's why it's something that you're working towards. So when you stay focused on the feeling of what it feels like to get that, you have to get in this headspace where you're like future thinking, like forward thinking. You have to zoom out of where you currently are and have this aerial view of your life in the future. But if you can stay in that state of visualizing, gosh, what will this feel like? You're so much more likely to achieve it. But people often do not do that process. They don't think about what it will feel like. In the moment, they're like, oh, I'm on the spot, or I don't know what to say, or I'm all hyped up, or I'm motivated, so I'm going to say that I want this or that. But then 10 hours later, like, that feeling has completely fizzled and they're doing absolutely nothing. They have no game plan, no goals, no action course to get towards what they want. So I think if you stay focused on what you want to feel like, why that certain particular thing is your goal, is something you're wanting to invite in your life, you're so much more likely to achieve it.
Side note, bangin' business is like one of my new favorite terms now. Like, when someone's like, how's business? I'm just going to say bangin'. Business is banging right now. Like, and speak life over yourself and your business. No matter where your business is at, speak life over it. Now, that's not necessarily talking the talk. That's like, you know what? I'm going to speak life over this, like, because I'm working towards that. Business is banging. It's awesome. It's epic. Like, oh, it's growing. But yeah, it's like, moral of the story, shut up and show me. Like, show yourself. and show whoever you declared it to. Like, everyone can talk. Be extraordinary. Don't be everyone. Walk the walk.
Something I did the other day too, I actually did this to a few people that were just saying like what they wanted in their business by a certain date. And there's like a 2-week time frame left to achieve this. And I was like, how many people have you talked to about that? And this person was like not really anyone. I don't know who to talk to. And I said, can you pull out your phone right now? Can you open your contacts, please? And this person opened her contacts and it says A through Z. And then underneath the Z, it has the pound button. I said, push the pound button, please. There was like 434 contacts. I said, do all 434 people know about your dream? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, so how bad do you want it? Maybe not every single one of them. Maybe there's like a weird ex-boyfriend or something that you don't need to call.
Don't pick up after 10.
Yeah. Maybe there's a select few that you don't want to reach out to, but don't come to me and say, I want this, but I just don't know who to talk to. Look at your phone. Make a bubble chart of every person you've ever connected with in your life. Look at your Facebook friends. Look at your Instagram friends. Who are your kids' friends? Who are your spouse's friends? What organizations like church or gyms or extracurricular things are you a part of in your community? You know a lot more people than you think you know. Get out there and start doing shit. Stop talking about it and start doing it. There's no difference between someone new in starting a business versus someone that's very seasoned. I mean, there is a difference. The difference is the person that's very seasoned has done a lot of things that make them uncomfortable, has heard a lot of no's, has had a lot of unread messages, has had a lot of people talk shit behind their back. But guess what? They keep doing it. They keep showing up because leaders show up. So start showing up for yourself.
Call to action. Stop talking about something ran through my brain. Like, if you've been talking like, oh, I want to start investing, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, like, just do it. Like Sandy said, like literally right after this episode, put $100 in Bitcoin or Tesla. I'm not an advisor, whatever the heck you want, or $100 in a separate account that you can't touch. That would be more savings versus investing, but just start doing it. Set up an automatic transfer, $25 a week towards some investment. Like, just start doing it, because the doers are who change the world, not the talkers, the doers, the people actually doing it. And when it comes to your dream, it's easy to talk about, and that's a step in the right direction. But walking it out is what Sandy said. Like, does everyone in your life know about your dreams? Have you, this is what it takes, presenting what you have to offer to everyone. And most are going to say no, and you have to keep going, but you have to keep presenting it to everyone. And that's walking the walk.
Yeah, I think that's all we got to say.
That's all we got. Shut up and show me.
I got to show up even more.
I got to show up even bigger. I'm getting ready to explode here.
Ooh.
Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.